Okay, I've had my fun. And apparently chat is working well enough, so you know what? Why beat around the bush? What's up, guys? Happy Sunday. Happy last day of the week? Technically first day of the week? I don't know what the technicalities are behind it all, but it is what it is. Howdy do, and I just realized the music volume is a little too low for you guys. And well, in terms of today, well, I do have a couple things I want to react to, and I don't know if you guys ever heard of this channel called ICC Bass? I mean, he's a pretty cool dude, but I don't think you guys have heard of him. He just uploaded, and I want to check his videos out, and well, we'll work from there. And there's also something else. Okay, you know what? If we're being completely I can't speak English today. And again, it's not my first language. If I'm being completely genuine, Tucci also uploaded today, and I want to check that out as well because it does involve Digital Circus, and you know what? When we get to that, I do want to talk about that a little bit, because some news did drop throughout the week, and I want to talk about it a little bit with you guys. But first things first, as is tradition at this point, can you even call it that at this point? It's only happened on what, 6 different circumstances? All I know is, I lost my train of thought. Oh my gosh, why am I so unfocused today? You know what? It's Sunday. It's a lazy day. Could I really be surprised? Anyways, point is, guys, every time I upload, I want to look at it, as particularly if I upload on weekends, which I usually do. I react to the video myself, just to self-reflect, just for the fun of it, and all that jazz, as I usually say. So let me just make sure the Chrome tab is working, which it should, unless I'm missing something. Yeah, I see he exists. Wow, Swamp. Way to take it to a new extreme, man, but... also, you know what? I didn't say hi to chat, and I didn't even set up chat on the second screen. Ugh. I'm telling you, man, I am woefully unfocused today. I don't know, it's Sunday, it's a lazy day. I'd like to believe I finished most, if not all, of my work yesterday, which I kind of did. I mean, I uploaded, I fulfilled my quotas at my job, all that jazz. I don't know, man, it's one of those days where today I don't feel like doing anything. But to be honest, that's part of the fun of streaming. I just don't want, most of the time it doesn't feel like work. Most of the time. And I want to believe this is one of those circumstances where I can just sit at a desk, yap to my heart's content, and somehow people have it in them to listen, which is, even to this day, it's legitimately surprising. But anyways, in terms of chat, or at least people who are actually talking, there's a couple of you in chat, but only 2 of you are talking. Hello, Boot, and hello, Swamp. Welcome to the stream. All that good stuff. Wait, did I pick the right... Am I picking the right tab? I am. Okay, good. Ugh. But alright, guys. First things first. Let's take a look at the Mario Galaxy movie, Deserve Better, by this rando named ICC Bass. I have no idea who this is, but you know what? It's all in good fun. Curiosity got the better of me. So without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? Oh, by the way, you know what? Before I get into it, actually, where did it go? Yeah, there you go. In front of the Mudkip, do I want to, you know what? Let's put it under the Y counter. Spoilers ahoy for those of you that haven't seen the movie, because I know there's a couple of you. So, for the next half hour, 20 minutes or so, that's how it's gonna go. In terms of what I actually show in the video, there's little to no spoilers, or anything that wasn't officially announced, or put in promotional material. So, I'll leave it at that, guys. But with that being said, let's get right into it, shall we? I should probably preface this review by saying... Well, guys, the time has arrived. The Mario Galaxy movie is out in theaters, and seeing as I streamed most of my playthrough of the games it's based on, well, Boot, that's how I balance things out. I simultaneously glaze and diss myself. Which, not too humble, but not too showy either. Sparked a bunch of memes in my community. Spanish. Yeah, Swamp, I told you you were gonna get it. I'm sorry, the comedic timing of that Y, man. It's just, that and the fan art, it's just chef's kiss. Wait, I just realized, why is this video's quality so booty cheeks? Seriously, guys, this is it. I think I'm still gonna do that out of context compilation, and these kinds of clips, they're just gonna be the tip of the iceberg. I'll leave it at that. It'd be a little outlandish if I didn't. Yeah, Pixel, he's kind of a, like, He kind of replicates my voice. He's also got a mudkip. He's got all this stuff that we have an uncanny amount of elements in common. And go out of my way to talk about a film based on what is my favorite platformer of all time. I will stand by that, guys. Maybe a couple years ago, I was a little on and off about what's my favorite what's my favorite platformer of all time, but I think I stand by it. Like the first Galaxy game is just something really special, both in terms of gameplay and, well, the low bar that is a narrative-driven Mario game, if nothing else. So I hightailed it to the theater last Friday, and I don't know, guys. If you've been loyal to my channel long enough, or at the very least if you look at my older videos, I don't know what came over me when I decided to edit the mudkip icon over this clip in particular, but you know what? It's funny. It's in my eyes, it's funny, if nowhere else. Here we are. If you've been on the internet for more than 5 minutes, you'd know that for one reason or another, expectations were not that high for this film in terms of overall quality, especially thanks to its predecessor. Yep. In terms of audience score, I mean, I don't know, guys. Like, there's a certain balance between... I'm a little torn between not taking the critics seriously, but also trying to understand when they actually have some sort of meaningful critique. Like, it's conflicting. In terms of audiences, well, like, yeah, the reception is mostly positive, but at the same time, does it deserve it? But there's one thing that led many to believe that this film would be different from the first. And really, that pun was not intended whatsoever, Sora. It's just the fact that the Galaxy games already had such fascinating lore and story. From its cinematography, the atmosphere, definitely the soundtrack. This game is almost 20 years old, and it's still goated, guys. It's still good. The soundtrack is still goated. I'm still listening to it in my off time. Y'all still hear it in the background on streams. Also, speaking of the soundtrack though, and it's something I did not give this movie credit for during the review. Brian Tyler, the composer for the movie, yeah, he still delivered. 10 out of 10. Still the best part, still the best element of the movie. It's probably the element that I definitely looked forward to the most when it came to this movie and the one before that. I do wonder how things are going to play out with the next one. Just judging from the post-credit scene, which I do not spoil in this video, by the way. Actually, there's 2 of them, but I don't spoil the latter one. And to be honest, the first one is really nothing interesting. The Lumas, who I still stand by the fact that they look cuter without mouths. Seriously, what was the point of that? Why did they have mouths? You could have just made them talk. You could have just made them talk without lip movement. Heck, if anything, it would have saved the animation budget. And of course, the Lady of the Hour. More like the Lady of 10 minutes, but we'll get to that later. In some ways, I was pleased, but in others, I definitely see many missed opportunities. Even with so much of its potential laid out for it, I gotta remind myself that this is coming from the same guys that gave us the Minions. Ah, man. No matter how excited, no matter how much I hope for this movie, it's freaking Illumination. Outside of maybe the first Despicable Me movie, I can't think of a single film from them that's anything more than a 6 out of 10, guys. And even to this day, I stand by that. Even if I have a soft spot for certain movies, that's really the way it is for me. Expectations can never be high. So, let's take a gander, shall we? Yep, there I go with the glasses again. You know how sometimes I put captions on the lower thirds to tell people where the music from the background is from? Do I really have to tell people? Do I really have to explain to people where this title in particular is from? I mean, I'm just saying. Sometimes I can't help but be a little sarcastic. And yeah, I get Pixel, I don't know, man. Like, the thing about the RPGs is that they are lengthy, and the narrative is complicated enough to where I don't think it could fit into a whole hour-and-a-half movie. And like I say in the review, I don't trust Illumination with that possibility. Get it. It's a Mario movie, kids film, it's not that deep, bro, yada yada yada. Even then, I honestly wanted to believe things could be just a tiny bit more nuanced than before. Even between characters where this didn't need to apply much. And especially early in the film, they show an understanding of character progression with interactions. Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi have adorable chemistry. I stand by this. Yoshi is the best part of the movie. I don't care if it's only one line. I don't care. You know what? I'll get to it in the video, actually. But still, I wanted to yap about it a bit. But the one thing that I'd say deserves a little more credit was the bond between Mario and Peach. A bit ironic, given what we know. Like, it seems so contradictory. I don't know how much influence the executives or even Miyamoto had, how much of an influence the executives at Nintendo and Miyamoto had with the writing of this movie. But it really seems like with every new installment of this movie franchise, it seems like they're nudging Mario and Peach closer and closer together romantically. Because honestly, I thought a lot of their interactions were really sweet, even in the first movie. Like, especially in the first movie, because I rewatched it a couple days ago, just for the fun of it, on Netflix, and that one little interaction after Mario's done training, and Peach is like, hey, I grew up here, it was easy for me, I don't blame you for being bad at it. And then Mario's like, you're just trying to make me feel better. And then Peach is like, is it working? A little bit. Like, golly, man, just give me more of these two in these kinds of circumstances, because obviously the games are not going to commit to it. Her iconic parasol is contextualized as a birthday gift from him. And honestly, this is one of those moments that really sold me on that idea. He's crushing on her, he doesn't believe he's good enough, which in this universe, it checks out. Like, no, you know what? I think the element that sells me so much on this moment, it's not just the parasol itself, it's just how it's presented. Like, Mario's like, oh, since I guess it's not really your birthday, you don't want a present, right? He gives her the parasol, she loves it, and then in the background you hear like a soft rendition of Peach's Castle. Like, honestly, absolute cinema, man. He's crushing on her, he doesn't believe he's good enough, which in this universe, it checks out. But she still shows she cares about him, and she's happy when they spend time. Also, that moment where they met Fox, like I said, I don't want to talk too much spoilers for the sake of anyone who's actually wants to watch the movie for themselves, which I'm not stopping you. I'd rather this movie not be too successful, but hey, what are you gonna do? It's gonna succeed no matter how much I try to boycott it, even if I wanted to. And together, their relationship is definitely sparked more and more into a romantic one, but it doesn't really go anywhere beyond a few charming moments. Speaking of Peach, though, originally, her bravado felt a little contradictory to most of her interpretations. Yep. But I guess I still stand by that, by the way. Maybe that's why we had so many Mario Bros. 2 characters in the marketing. Maybe to emphasize that she's been capable on her own for a long time, by reminding us of a time where she really was. Like, it's legitimately conflicting. On one hand, I get it, yeah. Peach is just as capable as Mario was in the games, because she was playable on some of them. 3D World, Mario 2, she's had her own spin-off game, 2 of them actually. Now that I think about it, I think people just forgot that Super Princess Peach existed, if I'm being honest. But I get the feeling Hollywood writers did not take that into account anyways, especially American ones. And I'll leave it at that. Even if that was canonically a dream, but at least as far as the first movie is concerned. At that point, we'd just be splitting hairs. However, she's still definitely lacking that cutesy bubbliness that Peach is known for nowadays. Yeah, she just... How do I put this nicely and in a way that makes sense? Like, her attitude, it's a little too... I don't want to say domineering, it's just a little too stern compared to what we're used to in the games, if that makes any sense. It's still good enough, but it could definitely use some improvements. And yeah, she's still written off as a run-of-the-mill action lady. And like I said, Hollywood probably doesn't care for the differences, if I'm being honest. Luckily, it's not too much of an issue this time like it is in the first movie. Speaking of improvements from the first, though, I counted only one instance of tacked-on licensed music. Technically 2, but honestly, the second one is really easy to gloss over, guys. That's how simple it is, because it only lasts like 5 seconds, and it's not... Okay, I get the feeling that song is public domain anyway, so it's technically not licensed. I don't know how... I'm not going to mention the song in question just for the sake of minimizing spoilers, but if you know, you know. And it's honestly not as bad as anything from before. It's just a montage of Yoshi touring through Brooklyn, and I thought it was adorable. Yeah. Heck, everything Yoshi does in this film is adorable. Which is something I did not expect out of the actor with this in his resume. Seriously, yeah, how the frick did Donald Glover nail it as this character? He basically only says one line and a couple... And a bit of automatopoeia, like the occasional "wah" or something like that, but he only has one line. How is he the best actor in this movie, man? I don't get it. I don't get it, but it makes sense.
They said market price.
And also, it's not helped by the fact that I love Donald Glover in Community. A lot more, dare I say it, I liked him a lot more in Community than I ever cared about anything in his music career. I'm sorry if it makes me seem it seems a little harsh for him because I know he's really passionate about his music, but I'm sorry, man. There's certain ways to win me over specifically.
What market are you shopping at?
Wait, did they, Sora? Huh. I don't know. I'm guessing it dropped. I guess by the time I finished writing the script and recording it, they did publish it. You know, I need to hear that again. Sorry, this is in his resume.
They said market price. What market are you shopping at?
Why is that line just makes me laugh every time, man? Like, I'm telling you. Seasons 1 through 3 of Community, still an absolute gem. I don't know what streaming platform they're available on, but please go check it out. It's freaking hilarious. Even with its problems, the film still has plenty of boons going for it. Not necessarily just hype moments and aura, as some might think. The animation, not to say that the film is not guilty of that, is gorgeous, and it definitely takes advantage of the whole aesthetic of its source material. Definitely, yeah. Every time they use a launch store, every time I saw the Comet Observatory, like, a lot of stuff, like, it definitely feels like, wow, this is a Galaxy movie after all, even if those moments are very brief. And to be fair, that would be giving this film a little too much credit, but still. The Easter eggs don't feel phoned in. Well, most of them. The action was entertaining, the sound design was spot on, even if some sounds are ripped straight from the games. Like, seriously, they hop into the launch store, you hear the sound from Galaxy, you know, the whole... I cannot... I cannot perform that sound with my mouth. But I think that just adds a bit of style if it's not just nostalgia pandering. Like, it's okay to take bits and a couple bits from the games. Like, you're not gonna be... No one's gonna feel like this is a ripoff by any means. And every actor gave a solid performance, except maybe Luis Guzman. Yeah, I say this as a native Mexican, Luis Guzman's performance, I was not a fan of it. Just because like, I don't know what the heck the direction was for this character, but why did we go... Okay, to be fair, Ward doesn't really have a lot of character. He just shows up at the end of Mario 2, and that's that. But even then, like, the line deliveries, they just seriously reminded me of Cranky Kong in the first movie, and I hated those. Nothing against the actors, I just thought it was really bad casting. If you thought Cranky Kong was badly cast last time, then history is repeating itself, but not for long. If that's the one thing I would give Illumination credit for, guys. Just promoting, is that what we're calling it? Marich? Picho? I like Picho a little better, but you know what, that sounds silly the more I say it. And I know it's gonna sound crazy, but I think the guy that basically only says one word gave the best performance. Seriously, if he says Yoshi one more time, I'm gonna say he should get an Oscar. Yoshi. Seriously, I don't know why Donald Glover. I don't know why. Seriously, from what I've seen in interviews, guys, he's been lobbying for this role since like 2022. Like, ever since pretty much right after the first movie dropped. Apparently, he called Chris Meledandri and he's like, hey, I noticed this movie doesn't have Yoshi. Can I be Yoshi? And this is where we are now, 4 years later. Lobbied so hard for the part, but at least he knew what he was doing in the recording booth. I know it sounds like I'm glazing the film, but don't worry. I just realized I said "but" in that same sentence twice. Almost simultaneous, almost consecutively. We have a lot of issues to balance out the good stuff, unfortunately. We start with basically... Oh my gosh, this shot, man. You know what? If there's one thing, even though it's a little contrived because ultimately the occasion is Peach's birthday, I'm really glad they incorporated the Star Festival into the movie somehow. Everything you saw in the promos. Rosalina fighting Megaleg, piloted by Bowser Jr., she gets captured, the bros meet Peachio, like, is this... Yeah, we really gotta workshop that, don't we? Yoshi, it turns out to be Peach's birthday, and then Illuma shows up and asks for help in saving her mama. I know it's... And to those of you wondering if I caught on to that mispronunciation early on in the movie by the Luma, I don't know if you guys heard it too, but apparently a lot of the internet has heard it, myself included. It sounds like one of the Lumas is saying, Princess Peach, I finally found you, but apparently he mispronounced the finally, and some people misheard it as an F-bomb? And I thought it was crazy when I heard it, but no, a lot of the internet hears it too. It sounds like I'm being too cursory, but it does reflect the film's terrible pacing. Honestly, I had a feeling it was gonna be janky when I heard the leitmotif. You know, the whole da 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 da. As expected, that was in the title card, but it just felt so rushed. Legitimately, like da 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 da, and then we cut to Mario and Luigi in Tostarena, where they meet Yoshi. Everything just happens so fast. Like, a lot of the moments that I want to appreciate, they just went by so quickly. As to where most emotions and appreciation don't pull through. Especially with Bowser and Jr. Oh, don't get me started. You know what? I would say don't get me started on these two, but that's literally the whole point of this video. Bowser has a whole arc where he's actually getting along with the Mario Bros amidst his imprisonment, to where he doesn't even betray them when the mini mushroom finally wears off. In fact, he actually agrees to be a prisoner again so Mario and friends can carry on with the mission. Yeah. The castle, I think it crash lands on like Honey Hive Galaxy, so Mario and Luigi and Yoshi are alone. They manage to evacuate the Toad, so they're traveling with little Bowser there. But then Bowser provokes Mario so much that he steps on it, he throws him on the floor and steps on it, which I think is kind of hilarious. And then Bowser, the mini mushroom wears off, Bowser, he lets out his iconic roar, and then it turns out he doesn't betray them. He's like, nah, you're actually pretty cool. I actually think you guys are cool. I don't want to fight against you. But then, for some reason, Honey Queen imprisons them. Bowser volunteers to take their place because Peach's castle crash landing on the galaxy destroyed a lot of public property or something. And so then Mario and Luigi walk off. Bowser is just stuck being a prisoner, but then Bowser Jr. busts him out. And then after that, well, you'll see how it goes. He shows he's conflicted about fighting Oh my god, Dragon Ball, dude. I'm gonna be honest, that line bothered me. Just because they could have just said Bowser Jr. attacked it, and they would have been fine. Why did they have to look like idiots? Like, nothing against Charlie Day's line delivery, because I thought it was kind of funny, but in the grand scheme of things, that line was just so unnecessary in the end. Mario and Luigi at first, even after reuniting with Jr., but then the only reason he goes back to being an enemy is because I'm honestly not sure. Yeah, okay, I get it. Look, Dad, we're gonna unleash the super weapon, destroy the galaxy. Rosalina, we captured Rosalina, blah, blah, blah. Like, I would believe the fact that Bowser was surprisingly proud of his son and that he's finishing his work. But at the same time, not a single line of dialogue supports that, relatively speaking. My best guess is that his love for his son kept growing as he saw more and more of Junior's passion and success, but it's not really conveyed thoroughly. And I guess the son being a bad influence rather than the other way around is nice subversion, but it's definitely quite flimsy. Because, like, just one or two more lines and then I would have been sold on maybe Bowser actually becoming a villain again. Like when Mario and Luigi get turned into babies, the R-Wing crashes, and Bowser is like, he actually looks like he feels bad about doing all that to them because they're probably not going to make it, which they did, obviously. It's an Illumination film. You can't have lasting stakes, ever. Because by the time of the climax, his sentimentality for the bros is just gone altogether. And then we got more problems with character balancing and the world building. The gang needs a pilot to reach Junior's lair, and well, imagine how... Probably my biggest gripe with this movie, outside of the fact that Rosalina got screwed out of a lot of screen time. Listen, just listen. How crazy anyone's reaction to who this pilot is would have been if the marketing didn't spoil it 1 week beforehand. Probably would have been the most hype reveal in the movie, but for some reason, the marketing team, 6 days before this movie drops, just posts on Twitter, oh, Fox is going to be in the Galaxy movie. Get your tickets now. Are you freaking kidding me? Like, this film was already going to make money anyways. Why would you? Why? Like, imagine, as soon as Fox says, so I heard you guys need a pilot. Like, I think that, I'm talking Avengers Endgame levels of cheering at the theater. But no, the internet, why? Just why, man? Like, the surprise, like, keeping this a surprise would not have affected the plot. Not that the plot was anything too crazy to begin with. Why? I don't mean to undermine whatever passion Glenn Powell might really have for the character, but seriously, did Glenn Powell just think, no, I want some attention. I want my character to get some attention in the marketing. Like, what exactly was the thought process? Who was calling the shot? Was it the executives at Illumination? Did Glenn Powell lobby for a little bit of attention in the marketing? What happened exactly? Because otherwise, I'm just going to assume the worst. you know, like I usually do. Reeks of typical Hollywood egotism. And it wouldn't bother me if it just didn't compromise the fun of the plot. At least Yoshi was teased at the end of the last film. Like with Yoshi, I get it. Okay, you need to watch the end of the first movie, which came out like what, 4 years ago? Like that's fair. Like the surprise of Yoshi, and also it was in the promotional material, but even if it wasn't, like it wouldn't have been that much of a surprise. Here, this just undermines the excitement. Though I do gotta say, this character was a lot of fun. Yeah, it still was. I will stand by that. Fox McCloud, probably the most fun character in the movie. Or one of them. Aside from a few typical silly moments you'd expect out of Illumination, this is a great portrayal of Fox McCloud. Especially near the end of the movie. I will leave it at that. Like I said, I want to keep spoilers to a minimum. If you know, you know. Y'all know what Fox did at the end of near the end of the movie. But I stand by the fact that this character... Wait, Swamp, was it 2023? I thought it could have sworn it was 2022, but I'm probably tripping. And it hardly makes a difference. No good reason to be in the film's marketing. Speaking of cameos, though, there's a couple other Nintendo/Mario character appearances that also definitely put a smile on my face. And for the record, guys, in terms of B-roll in this video, I'm only showing anything that was officially shown in the trailers. Oh, there's a couple more that aren't in the promotional material, and I hope it stays that way, but I'm not going to spoil them here. There's one in the climax who, I will say, definitely had a missed opportunity. I talked about this yesterday on stream, but I'm not going to talk about it for the sake of this video here. Hopefully that one little sound is enough context for people who have actually seen the movie to understand what I'm talking about. Also, thank you, Internet, for informing me that there are 2 post-credit scenes because I'm literally the only person in my theater who stayed for both of them. Yep. To my surprise, I wouldn't say my theater was packed, and that's mostly owed to the fact that I watched the movie subtitled in English rather than usual Spanish because I live in Mexico. But the fact of the matter is, yeah, nobody stayed for the second post-credit scene. It was just me. Like the janitors were already cleaning up. It was just me. Just me watching. But to be honest, given how they treated Rosalina, I'm worried how they'll do the character they teased at the end. Like if y'all... You know what, I'm not gonna elaborate just for the sake of not spoiling anything. Ironically though, whatever criticisms I might have for Powell, I could say the opposite for Brie Larson. Seriously, it's kind of jarring how likable she is when she drops the whole activism shtick. I've never really made much of a point of it, guys. Okay, maybe I've made something of a point that I don't like it when actors are too preachy about identity politics for attention. But in the case of Brie Larson, who was notorious in that regard, like, I did not get that vibe from this movie's marketing whatsoever. And you know what? That's a good thing. Like, it's honestly, she feels like a completely different person than who she was during the days of Captain Marvel and the Marvels, and a bit of Avengers Endgame. And to top it off, her performance was solid. Or at least what little we got, since, well, the most significant character of Super Mario Galaxy, other than Mario himself, gets only about 10 minutes of screen time. And that's just a rough estimate, guys. I might be a little less than 10 minutes. I don't know the exact number, but the point is, even for someone who got kidnapped, which happens very early in the movie, by the way, not really a spoiler. Even for someone who got kidnapped, her screen time is painfully minimal for a movie with this title in particular.
What?
Yep, we live in a timeline where Fox McFrickin' has more screen time in a Mario Galaxy adaptation. It's so conflicting. Like, a character with such a gratuitous appearance who had no business being in this movie somehow ends up being one of the best parts, but at the expense of the fact that he has more screen time than the character who should be a lot more prominent in the plot. Timeline where Fox McFrickin' has more screen... Again, nothing against the character of Fox, and possibly nothing against his voice actor in particular, but what are we doing, man? Time in a Mario Galaxy adaptation than Rosalina. Oh, also, there's a painfully obvious twist about her origins in this version that basically retcons the storybook from the games. That's really the only reason I hate it. And also, it's just the fact that it feels like something straight out of a fan fiction. I'm not going to discuss it here, but it's so dumb, man.
What?
And well, let's just say that MatPat would have had a field day with it. But that's just a theory. What? I don't know what the general consensus is, but would it have been too I think in 2026, I feel like making a game theory joke, it might have gotten me shanked. I'll leave it at that. I'm not against these movies taking certain creative liberties in the lore since it's ultimately a different interpretation, but was there really not a better word? Like something a little outlandish, like Peach having a lot more bravado than usual. Like something like that, maybe I can let it slide. I'll still complain about it, but ultimately I'll let it slide. But this twist in particular, something about it just feels particularly dumb. Workaround? Honestly, after 19 years of pre-established lore, this is honestly extremely like before this game, like I could understand maybe like in the games, I could understand Rosalina gifting Peach the baby Luma as a symbol of peace, as a token of peace, something along those lines. Like I don't know how Peach got the baby Luma in the games, and then eventually gave it to Mario, but them being sisters, it just feels like it came out of nowhere because there's nothing in the game supporting that idea. Know what I mean? Jarring to where it felt pretty dumb.
It's so dumb.
Dragon Ball, I guess technically both. Technically both.
It's so dumb, it's brilliant.
No! It's just dumb.
Okay, I have never seen this. I saw this clip once in another content creator's editing, and you know what? It's been stuck in my head ever since, just because I think it's so universally applicable. It's so dumb. So dumb, it's brilliant. No! It's just dumb. And it's not really fleshed out well enough to compensate. I would say the idea would grow on me in good time, but they straight up retcon what's probably the best emotional aspect from the games. While we're discussing lore though, this movie's is completely cluttered. Mario does spin attacks. Heck, we even hear the sound effect from the games. Yeah, I heard the whole spin while he's fighting in the final fight. You actually hear the sound in game, and I'm like, wait, but he doesn't have the baby Luma. As a matter of fact, the baby Luma's in the film, but he never interacts with Mario whatsoever. Even though he's the reason he can perform spin attacks in the first place. Like it's not exact, like you don't see the blue in the spinning, but if that's the case, why bother implementing the sound effect in the first place? Like I'm telling you, just 10 seconds of screen time of Mario interacting with the baby Luma. Just like how all the Lumas interacted with Fox. Like it would have added so much to this movie, man. But without the source of said power. Even though it is, in fact, in the frickin' movie. Although, like I've said before, I love the fact that they gave it a little pacifier. And made it a little smaller than the other Lumas, just to emphasize the fact that it's a baby. I think that's a cute detail. A super scope that turns them into babies, resulting in a pointless Yoshi's Island-esque sequence. We got the T-Rex from Odyssey, a crime ring of Mario 2 villains, power-ups from NSMB, Junior's Wonder Form. I'm sorry. Is this a Galaxy movie or just a hodgepodge of a bunch of Mario installments? And that's not even covering what I don't want to spoil, guys. All of that was in the promotional material. Wart, the Ninjas, Birdo, the T-Rex, Bowser Jr.'s Wonder Form. This legitimately feels like it's just Super Mario Movie 2 with a Galaxy label slapped onto it. The elements of the game and the title play little to no significance in most of the movie. Like this could have just as easily been Mario Movie 2. It could have still had Rosalina. It could have still had the launch star. And I'd still buy into the fact that you could remove Galaxy from the title and nothing would change. Even with Rosalina, even with all the elements from Galaxy. Almost to where it just feels like some cluttered Mario fanfiction. Why did we go in this direction at all when, as far as this franchise is concerned, you probably had the best basis to work off of? Well, if you don't count the RPGs.
The GOAT!
Chat, what's the general consensus? What do you guys consider the best Paper Mario game and the best MNL game? Because for me, it's definitely these two in particular. Not to undermine the rest, because I think most of them are pretty good. Except for, well, the later Paper Mario ones. Is it so much to ask for some semblance of exceptional storytelling for a change? Like they could have easily done Rosalina's storybook bit by bit in the as the opening cutscene, and then just basically ripped off the whole Galaxy movie, and it probably would have been at least a 7 out of 10, at least. Honestly, if we were meant to have anything resembling an above-average animated story set in the Mario universe, Illumination is the last studio I would trust with this task. Yep. Like I said yesterday, credit for credit's due. Good animation, good work environment. Like, Illumination has got a lot going for it, except for good storytelling. That's really it. But it is what it is. At least we got references and gratuitous cameos, which in most circumstances is not a bad thing. I really wanted to enjoy this film for more than just that, but some of this stuff just had no business being in a film with this title in particular. Seriously, when this film wants to be hype, it's definitely hype. But is that really good enough in the grand scheme of things? Am I crazy for wanting to see, say, the Luma's kamikaze to stop a black hole to save the universe in the climax of an Illumination movie? When I say it out loud, I kind of am. I want to believe I'm crazy in all the right ways if that were to happen, because I mean, we all know the Lumas are reborn as Stardust. They eventually they're reborn. They grow back into stars. Like, the Lumas would have been fine in the grand scheme of things. You don't need mass genocide. You don't need implications of a mass genocide. Like, were they so afraid to commit to even this idea? Like, you had so much. You could have just ripped straight from the games and I would have loved it. But it feels like we got little to nothing. The film just ends with the bad guys being stopped, Rosalina is safe, Peach's castle is rebuilt. That's just the same run-of-the-mill predictability I'd expect out of Illumination. Happy ending, yeah. Bad guy threatens the world, good guy goes on a small journey to stop the bad guy. I don't know, man. It's like the hero's journey, it's intended to be formulaic, but this film just does nothing new with it. Yeah, a lot of this dialogue and the writing has issues under the guise. Yeah, and that's not even counting how awkward the writing is at times. Just being climactic or just trying too hard to be funny, which sometimes it isn't. I mean, Pixel, there was a couple of them. I think there was a couple of them, but they were only at the end of the film, and they kind of came out of nowhere the more I think about it. There was some at the end, if I remember correctly. But really, if you're taking the entirety of the movie into account, yeah, it is pretty rare in comparison to the rest. I guess you can only do so much when Miyamoto himself insists on being simplistic in terms of narrative, and that's definitely backfired in the past. Dare I say it? The Mario Illumination films are the film equivalent of Paper Mario Sticker Star. Like, that's how bad it is. That's how well, not bad. It's not outright as bad as Sticker Star, because let's be honest, I'm not touching this game ever again. But, oh my goodness, man. Like, yeah, that really sums it up. Too simplistic for its own good. If nothing else, though, at least the kids at my local theater seemed happy. But as C.S. Lewis once said, a children's story, which is... Yeah, Sora, I didn't want to say it out loud for the sake of not spoiling too much. Enjoyed only by children is a bad children's story. There was fun to be had, but there could have been a lot more. The Mario Galaxy movie struggles with having its own unique identity. It hinges too much on entertaining rather than letting us appreciate its iconic character. Like, if I'm being honest, if the Galaxy games didn't exist, if they just called it Galaxy for the fun of it, maybe I would have a lot less problems with this film. It'd still have a lot of problems, but that's one less problem to worry about. Just a lack of complete faithfulness to this, little to no faithfulness to the source material. Characters, even more than what we already do. Especially one in particular. Seriously, 10 minutes? And all in all, the film is a relatively enjoyable, but ultimately missed opportunity. So that's that, guys. I'm not sure what to make of it. Like, the work is done, I gave my opinion, I got my thoughts together, which is really surprising, because usually, guys, even any video that's about, any video that's 13 minutes long, or maybe even less than that, it usually takes weeks upon weeks of planning, and I got this video done in, like, what, a week and a half? Yeah, I watched this movie last Friday, 9 days later, here we are with the review. Like, I genuinely find it baffling how other film content creators manage to actually get their thoughts together and upload a review pretty much by the day after this film drops. Like, by April 2nd, by April 3rd. This movie came out on April 1st. Like, there was already like 10 different reviews up on YouTube. Like, I don't know, but then again, I do have a full-time job, so maybe that's why. But still. Are we never going to see it again? I mean, maybe it's something to have in the background when I got nothing better to watch on TV. I'm down for that, but All in all, if I want my Galaxy fix, I'll just play the games, which are safeguarded on my Switch too, if nothing else. Did I ever play Super? I have not, Pixel. I do plan to someday, like if it ever drops on like say NSO, like honestly guys, if the Wii U online servers never went down, I would have bought Super right then and there and played it on the spot, streamed it on the spot. But the fact of the matter is, it's no longer officially available. And my PC's from 2017, guys. I cannot handle a Wii emulator for the life of it. Speaking of emulators, though, guys. Okay, you know what? We'll get to that after we're done reacting to everything else I want to react to. The story of the game is the biggest banger. Thousand Year Door has the best gameplay, on the other hand. Really? Because honestly, I already hold Thousand Year Door in high regards when it comes to the story. So to tell me that Super does it better? That's a hot take, and that's a hot take from where I'm standing. Or rather from where I'm sitting. Because I'm literally sitting down. Anyways. What's now with Birdo, Mouser, and King Wart? Where are they now? I mean, they just seem like your run-of-the-mill crime ring. Nothing too special. Like, I don't know. Like, the reason Peach approached them in the first place was just to get information about Bowser and whatnot. Or just how to get to the Sky Station Galaxy? I don't remember exactly how it went down, but they were pretty insignificant in the grand scheme of in terms of the plot. The N64 one? No, I still think the N64 one is great. Even for a game that came out in, what was it, 2001? I remember playing it. I got it for free with Club Nintendo, and I played the full story. I thought it was great. Like, not to undermine it by any means. Like, I think Thousand Year Door is better in almost every way, but I still thought it was pretty good. But alright, guys. In terms of the Mario, why am I talking like in a stereotypical Italian? I guess it fits. I think we'll leave it at that for now. If you're all watching on stream, do me a favor, drop a like on the video. Like, it really helps, and I would really appreciate it if anything non-Loud House related actually reached decent viewership, at least as far as my sub count is concerned, because last couple of times I've tried it, it definitely hasn't paid off, unfortunately, but it is what it is. YouTube algorithms, just the things people like about my channel, it's mostly Loud House, but I can live with that, relatively speaking, but it would be nice. A change of pace would definitely be refreshing. But alright, in terms of everything else though, guys, actually it's right here on my home screen, conveniently. Like I said, I want to talk a little bit about what's going on with Digital Circus. I don't know why it's at 33 seconds. Oh my gosh. See, that's what I hate about YouTube. If you keep the mouse long enough on a video thumbnail, for some reason it starts autoplaying. Even though you can barely see it, you can't hear anything, but for whatever reason, oh my gosh, that is a terrifying first frame. Ugh. But anyways, let's talk Digital Circus. Because a lot really, you know what? On one hand, chat is still talking about Mario, and on the other, I kind of want to take a bit of a water break, so let's slow down a little. Let me get a quick sip, and we'll work from there. Ugh. Toad has to chase a monkey to get his bag? I mean, yeah, what about it, Dragon Ball? That's what led to the whole warp fight? Oh, right, that's how it went down. Kind of funny that same monkey is the reason. You know what? Never mind. No spoilers. No, minimal. You know what? Let me put it this way. Minimal spoilers for the film. Even with the bias I have for Thousand Year Door, because that is in your top 3 RPGs, I'd be lying if I didn't say Super had the best narrative. Wow. Nintendo, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for that Wii NSO service, because I really have no other means to access the game. Even by emulator, unless I spend another $900 on a PC, but... Which I do have the money for, but even then, that's a big investment. To say the least. Wait, Tails, who's Kevin? What do you mean? Alright, guys. I think we'll leave it at that for Mario. Let's talk freaking Digital Circus, guys, cause... You know what? Let me open Discord. Let me open Discord just for the sake of having a point of reference. Because I did talk about it in my Discord a couple days ago. This is not a joke, guys. You know what? Let me open this image in a tab just so we can get a better zoom in. Which is apparently a lot to ask for, so never mind. The final episode of Digital Circus, which they did announce immediately after the previous episode, apparently It is gonna air on June 19th on YouTube, as expected, as I mentioned. But also, one, it's gonna be a whole hour-and-a-half movie. Two, it's gonna be releasing in theaters for 4 days, 2 weeks before it drops on the internet. And you know what? This is all I gotta say. This is all I gotta say in that regard. Why? Just why? On one hand, I get it. It's very rare for indie animation to be this successful, to where I get why they want to distribute this film in theaters for a limited time, just to maybe revolutionize the animation industry in some ways. But on the other hand, have you met this show's fandom? Do I really want to be sitting in a room for about 2-ish hours with this show's target audience? Do I? I don't know that I do. I don't know, because let me put it this way, guys. I went to TwitchCon in 2022, and if it weren't for your friends, I would not be able to stomach the kind of people that show up to that place. Ugh. Not to seem too intolerant, but at the same time, some people just, they really tend to flaunt the most attention-seeking. They have the most tacky methods of seeking attention. Never mind the smell, never mind appearance, never mind anything that more or less betrays my integrity as both a content creator and as a person who tries to be earnest. Like, there's just, oh my goodness, man. Do I really want to go to the movie theater? Okay, to be fair though, at least I don't live in the United States, so it's maybe less problematic, but even then, I don't know. And by the looks of it, guys, this is not just happening in the United States. It's happening in a lot of theaters in Latin America, and I just got confirmation that it's also going to be in Mexico. But the fact of the matter is, why? Instead of just minding my own business until June 19th and watching it on stream, which is also a risk in of itself, because apparently I've seen trailers get copyrighted on Twitter, guys. It's so conflicting. Do I want to avoid spoilers for 2 weeks, which is downright impossible if you're on the internet for as long as I am? Or do I want to sit in a room with a bunch of people who are, just to be a little cursory, allergic to deodorant? Because let's be real, guys, this kind of show, its target audience, it's some of the most obnoxious people you can think of. Just take a look at what they did to this show's creator just by scrolling through your run-of-the-mill Reddit thread. That's all I'm gonna say in that regard. When I'm in a goofy, toxic fandom competition and my opponent are Digital Circus and Helliverse fans, yeah, exactly. Same problem as Helliverse fans. It just attracts the same kind of people with unresolved daddy issues. Let me put it that way. But alright, guys. In that regard, though, I kind of want to see what Tunchi has to say. And see if there's any correlation with this and what I just talked about. But first, guys, I gotta go to the bathroom, so I'll be right back. Theaters are gonna face another Minecraft movie situation? Probably, Swamp. I wouldn't surprise me if this film has some sort of another chicken jockey situation, which I already hated as is. But alright, guys, I'll be right back. Whoa, okay, where did this come from? Okay, that does kind of spoil the surprise that I had for later, but I'll be right back. Yo. Everything good? Everything good? Can I still see chat? Okay, hold on. I forgot to put... Oh, gosh. I took my phone with me to the bathroom just to see what chat was up to. And I forgot to pull it back out. Okay, we good? Okay, I'd like to believe everything is still good, but for all I know, stream crashed when I wasn't looking. Okay, no, we're good. And we're already... Wow, we're already 1 hour into the stream. That's kind of crazy. Have I really been yapping that long, or have I been taking one too many breaks? Probably the former. Probably the latter, the more I think about it. You got some guests? All right, Boot. Take your time. Take your time. We're adventuring the movie theater, Pomni. Keep it up. Oh, gosh, Sora. When Kane returns, the entire theater will erupt in chaos and with the wackiness that matches Kane's. Oh, my gosh, Swamp. Ugh. Are we just going to sit here and just brainstorm every nightmare scenario that could happen in these movie theaters? Oh, my goodness, man. I don't know what the Mexican fandom for this show is like, but I really wouldn't put it beneath it to be just as obnoxious as the American one, to say the least. And there's also the fact that, well, people who can't afford to go to the movie theater or just don't want to, they're gonna have to avoid spoilers for 2 whole weeks. That's another issue. Like, there are so many issues to where, like, on one hand, I get it, and I respect Gooseworks and Glitch and all the publishers and whatnot to actually make this happen, because honestly, an indie show actually being this incredibly successful, just hinging off of merch sales and just YouTube revenue, like, honestly, that's kind of crazy, because the first episode, guys, it has, like, what, 200 million views? I'm not really exactly keeping count, but you know what, we can actually check. Let me see. Digital Circus episode 1. Like, the pilot episode, it almost has 500 million views, guys. Let that sink in for a moment. Like, it is surprisingly rare for indie animation to be this remarkably successful. And that's not even taking the Netflix numbers into account, because all the episodes are available on Netflix, guys. Like, the fact that an indie show is, 1, getting a whole movie, has enough funding for a whole movie, 2, getting a theatrical release, 3, this release being international. Like, it's just way bigger than anyone would have expected. And you know what? It's not surprising. Good premise, good animation, like, the 3D, like, honestly, how rare is 3D animation compared to 2D in the indie industry? I honestly don't know. Okay, you can't really call it an industry, but you know what I mean. Like, this show is huge. Like, I'm not surprised, and I respect the hustle. I respect the hustle, if nothing else, but there's just a lot of unintended consequences, but they're really beyond the publisher's controls. And you know what? I don't blame them for this particular dilemma of mine, to say the least. So with that being said, we'll see how things go, but unfortunately, guys, y'all are not gonna get my reaction to this movie on stream like you usually do, because by the looks of it, 1, I probably am gonna watch this in theaters, even more or less against my will. And another, even if I wasn't, the film would probably get copyright claimed if I reacted to it on stream. Which is dumb, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, unfortunately? Wait, Tails, who's Kevin? I'm guessing some sort of higher up at Glitch. But alright, guys, let's see what Tunchi has to say. And with that being said, you know what, let me pause the music. As much as I love this track. Heck, everything, pretty much everything on my playlist I love, but still.
Zubo, I need you to enter in the information on the computer here. Do I have? Yes, do it!
Hello, everyone.
What is this? What am I looking at exactly?
Home. If you're wondering just what the hell I've put on your screen, let me...
Yeah, I'm legitimately terrified.
Answer that question with a question. Who wants to make $1 billion? USD, obviously, we know the existence of Canada and Australia are government psyops. Everyone...
South Park was right. Canada's not a real country anyways.
Win big on YouTube. That's why all the thumbnails you click on look ridiculous. And totally not because I grabbed a random piece of clip art from Google without realizing it was from an object show.
Yeah, you guys would be surprised how easy it is to make your run-of-the-mill YouTube thumbnail. Like, I'm not even kidding, guys. The captions for my videos, okay, I make the thumbnails myself, but the captions, I straight up go into a meme generator, type the text, and make a screenshot. I'm not even kidding. It's really that simple sometimes.
The quickest and easiest
Oh, he's a CEO. Okay, Tails. Good to know.
way to make a killing on YouTube these days, assuming the gods of copper don't smite you down like the fat, baby-armed, smelly monstrosity of a human you truly are, is
Okay, calm down, bro. It's not that deep.
by making slop content for kids. You don't necessarily
What the frick am I looking at? What is this? Oh gosh, get it off my screen, please. Gosh.
point out how low the bar is for low-effort slop content intended for children, but I'll run through the list for old time's sake. They're usually loud, annoying, most likely edited using crack-infused slave labor. Nearly 200 years later, and Americans are still finding ways around the proclamation, and made
This is why, if I hopefully someday have kids, I'm not giving them internet access, guys. Not until they're at least maybe 15 or 16. Point is, in terms of what they watch on a screen, I will hopefully be able to supervise it as best as I can.
made exclusively to be watched either by children or preteens on the cusp of puberty, which then explains all of the highly weird and suggestive
Okay, what is it with the slop? What is it with the run-of-the-mill slop and its obsession with Spider-Man and Elsa? Like, I don't get it. What the heck is the appeal?
content that find its way into these videos, blah blah blah, Elsagate, blah blah blah. And nowadays it's even worse because 70% of this kind of content now can be generated by typing words into a computer. Now Tung 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 Sahur
It gets worse the more he talks. And I don't blame him, but oh my gosh, man.
in Fortnite. Now I gotta deal with this shit.
Oh, don't worry.
You can't escape it, but then again, I don't play Fortnite, so I guess I kind of did.
Sorry, I just launched the game. It says you received a gift. I wonder what it is. God fucking damn it.
And
What even is that?
easily one of the most popular IPs that gets regurgitated through the mouths and stomachs of our AI overlords is the amazing digital circus, which is quite a
Which is really saying something because I don't think the show was ever aimed at kids, guys. It might give that impression because all the swearing was comedically censored, but at the end of the last episode, I think they sealed the deal. This show is not for kids.
depressing fact because the original show itself is actually very good, but I've already talked about
Yeah.
that at length at this point. All you need to know is that no, Digital Circus is not AI, it's not slop, it's also not made exclusively for children. You should go watch
Not really for children at all, just like I said, given the end of that last episode.
it because it's genuinely one of the best animated shows released in the past 5 years, and I do not
Why is it Italian in particular, Sora? Like, what? Are the Italians responsible for this? Like, what? Okay, and here I thought Italians could do no wrong, just knowing how much I love their food, but really? That's how it goes?
say that lightly. Anyway, Digital Circus slop content is everywhere, and while a considerable amount of it is thankfully quarantined by YouTube Kids, so
So, realistically, it would never I would never come across that in my home tab. Good to know.
these absolute vultures don't earn a dime from their stupid garbage, a not insignificant amount can still absolutely find its way into your recommended if
Never mind.
you're a fan of this show.
Oh boy. I'm not sure what to make of that, guys.
Especially if
I think it's a genuine miracle that I've pretty much reacted to every episode I could on stream so far, but so far I haven't seen anything in my homepage
you're a mega
or my recommended.
fan. I mean, take it from me, I own plushies of Jax and Gangle and regularly watch video
How Gangle literally gets hit by a truck? I don't know. I guess some are more tame than others, but ultimately it's not aimed at kids. Like, I'd say it's PG-13 at best. Like, Ragatha literally gets thrown into a vat of boiling grease. Gangle gets hit by a truck. Like, you could make a case that maybe it's PG, but that would really be pushing it. I don't know.
essays about the show by everyone.
I'm not gonna pretend like this show is like absurd amounts. I'm not gonna pretend the show's like R-rated or aimed at adults, but it's definitely not for kids either.
Everyone's favorite white boy, and I get dumb bull crap
Everyone's wait, what?
and Gangle and regularly watch video essays about the show by everyone's favorite white boy.
Since when is he everyone's favorite white boy? If you want actual media literacy with your digital circus analysis and choruses content is goated, okay. I've seen a couple of his videos. I think I saw the video where he talked about Timmy and Trixie from Fairly Odd Parents. Other than that, though, I don't know much about him.
Boy, and I get dumb bull crap like this in my feed almost every day.
I mean, dude, doesn't it more or less give you an idea of what else you watch on YouTube?
But every once in a while, once in a blue moon, once every 100 years, the annual Starfest, every now and then,
Oh my gosh, you're right, Tails. That's been a thing since like episode 6. So, yeah, not aimed at kids.
there comes a bit of slop content that catches people's attention.
Like, even if you watch one episode that might seem kid-friendly, so there's bound to be another one that definitely isn't. Like, just from that idea alone, none of these episodes should be marketed towards kids.
And it just kind of makes you smile at the absurdity of it.
I'm not gonna lie, it makes me want to throw up. Not smiling is the farthest thing from it.
I love this for some reason. You may or may not have seen a couple of clips floating around.
Guys, there's a reason certain elements, certain appearances that are cute in animation would look absolutely horrifying in real life. And this show is a prime example of that. Like Pomni, in the style of Digital Circus, adorable. In real life, just as creepy as any other clown.
Round of this weird-looking live-action Digital Circus video, specifically focusing on
Kane looks actually imposing and charming in all the right ways in animation. In real life, he looks like he's going to drain the soul out of my eyes.
the actor playing Kane having a psychotic episode every 20 seconds as a result of the wind changing direction or something.
This time, you don't want to learn? Huh? Any of you? And you? Wipe that smile off your face!
These clips come from a YouTuber named Andreas Ascan.
How the frick do you have 13.5 million? What? You know what? I fundamentally do not respect this man's content enough to check if I pronounce that properly. Argue with a wall. You know what? The disrespect, it makes me respect Tunchi, as ironic as that might sound.
Who has a whopping 13 million subscribers.
Golly, we are doomed as a society.
That's no small feat, let me tell you. Just don't go clicking his shorts tab because Andreas
Oh, gosh. You did not need to show that, man.
Ascander is most well known for
I could have just taken your word for it.
his rich video library focusing on subjects like Italian brain rot and the world famous 6-7 playlist.
Guys, chat, fellow viewers, fellow loyal and beloved viewers, I could have lived without this knowledge. I could have lived without these visuals, this knowledge, this cringe, this affront against human nature and passion. I could have lived without knowing about the mere existence of any of this. Is this what qualifies for success on this platform, on the internet? So many people pour their hearts out, put genuine thought into criticizing, analyzing, or creating content. And yet there's this dude, the most cringe crap imaginable, and he has over 13 million subs. What is my purpose? What? How do I keep going when I see stuff like this? Stuff like this, they just make you question everything, man. It really does. It really does. Okay. Okay, I need to drink a bit of water. Hold on, guys. This is life. This is reality. This is humanity's. This is what quantifies as humanity's prominence. Okay, I just realized I don't need the full screen. Hold on. Moving on.
Now, a cynical mind would just tell you this person is a bottom-feeding content farmer with zero artistic integrity and is just making outrageous content based on popular memes.
It sure as heck seems that way, dude.
Memes and trends with some suggestive themes for easy clicks and easy money from young children and preteens on the cusp of puberty. the cynical mind is me. I'm the dick.
Is that not exactly what this
I'll be
is?
saying that. But I've always been fascinated by these live-action slop channels that actually seem to put a weird and kind of commendable amount of effort into their costume design. Like, they aren't winning
I guess. Still looks terrifying, but I guess there is effort in some ways. Not really in the ways that count, but
any awards or anything, but I think a lot of people underestimate just how hard making a costume out of any makeshift
I guess to its very little credit, at the very least, there is some effort in the accuracy of the costumes.
materials really is. I'm pretty sure Kane's
Do you think God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he's created? I've never really bought into that line. Just, if I have any understanding of the Christian faith, then I don't think that applies in this context. Like, I want to believe God has dealt with much worse.
head is just a painted toilet bowl, and if that's the case, I gotta commend the resourcefulness there. Back on topic,
Okay.
Andreas Escanda would inevitably find himself making videos about Digital Circus shortly after the pilot came out in the fall of 2023.
Wow, he was really riding on the success, wasn't
And
he?
if I'm being completely blunt for a second, I'm not about to pull a magic trick, triple backflip, or reveal so hard it puts you in a casket.
Please tell me that was not actually a Tupac line.
These videos are not good by any stretch of the
Yeah. I figured there wasn't gonna be anything more of merit.
imagination, and a lot of the people you'll see glazing these videos have certainly not watched any of them outside of the first two, and even that's pushing it. Most of this channel's Digital Circus videos consist of completely ad-lib scenarios. You'll find some meth head at the back of the N29 to Trafalgar Square, reciting in his head while he dies of liver failure in front of you.
Are you speaking from experience, Tunchi? Because I've never been to the UK, man, so only you would know in that regard.
That actually happened to me one night.
Oh my gosh! I was being hypothetical, man, but Jesus.
Just kidding, I think Trafalgar Square's a shithole. It's the most
Oh, okay, never mind. We keep flip-flopping between actually happened hypothetical. Moving on.
random scenarios, random crossovers, and sometimes just borderline fetish content.
Why?
There's like 2 videos here that would fit right at home on some underground ABDL website.
Jeez.
I'm going to puke
Ugh.
my
Gosh,
guts
guys, I'm legitimately feeling a tiny bit sick to my stomach.
out once I'm done recording this sentence. Wow, that was a good take. Was ignoring the more bizarre parts of this channel, I wanted to focus on this absolute gem of a video today. I caught all
What?
Digital Circus characters at school in real life.
What does that even mean? What does that even mean? I caught all these fictional characters out of school. Just these randos dressing. What? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Look, man,
You know what? Saying I don't get it is a bit of an understatement.
I don't want to be the one to police people on phrasing, but I don't think you should be catching anyone at school in real life. This video is the most popular one you'll see clips circulating from online, and after watching the full video twice now, first time on my own out of curiosity,
How the frick does this crap have like 2 million views? How many was it? 2 million? 3 million? How does this crap have anything along those numbers?
and second time in a group call on Discord while Terra was blatantly disassociating, and right when Ty realized that an Adobe Premiere update completely nuked all of the effects on the video he had just about finished, so I kind of felt like a kid watching his iPad at full volume while their parents were arguing about a divorce. I can say with absolute certainty that I kind of ironically and unironically love this video.
Yo,
What?
that's not cool at all. What's not cool? Yo, what you just did? Like, look, she's crying. Why the hell are you standing up, buddy?
Look, first things
What's the point of using this? These lines could have been replicated by any recognizable fictional character, and it feels like nothing would change, guys.
first, I get these guys are kind of just going with the super loud and annoying YouTuber for kids aesthetic, or whatever you want to call it. I don't watch a lot of this kind of stuff if you couldn't tell, but
I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm not sure what to make of this idea, but it legitimately feels like YouTube Kids is the worst thing that could have happened to the internet.
Andreas just spends like
Like, if I'm being honest, maybe kids just don't have any, outside of maybe the occasional cartoon clip and whatnot, official cartoon clip, mind you, do kids have any business being on YouTube in the first place?
50% of this video mugging the camera and repeating, "This is crazy." And I mean, specifically at the start of the video, it's
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if it was all of them, Swamp. There's been plenty of instances of view botting, like throughout the across local news and even national news in general.
so funny because his friend in the background is just standing still waiting to be activated like the content robot he is. While
That's how you know they're just in it for the money. They just don't care.
Andreas just flails around like a Smiling Friends character on fentanyl. I found it
Like, at least I understand what Smiling Friends is going for with its style. Here, it's just What's your
Funny
excuse?
at first, but after the 18-minute mark, the video stops being good, and it became obvious the camera mugging was done to pad out time. This video is somehow 32 minutes long, like it's longer than the Digital Circus pilot somehow, and it definitely drags. The first 18 minutes, though, Kino, it's Peem, it's
Okay, calm down, man.
Peem Kino Cinema.
What the heck? What the heck is Peem?
No, I know, but wait, do you have a crush on him? Come on, you can tell us. Tell the viewers.
Yeah.
Well, I knew it, guys. Pomni has a crush on Jax. Oh my god.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it either, but
What the heck are these performances, man?
Andreas Iskander was actually one of the earliest members of the Church of Funny Bunny. Do with this information however you please.
Wait, is that what we're calling the ship name? Why? Why? If there's anything I give credit to Digital Circus, like, there's no need for a ship of any kind. Like, it's great when it's done well, but it's ultimately unnecessary for this show in particular.
I did praise the costumes
Not that would stop this fandom, all the more reason I hate it, but here we are.
because that shit is genuinely hard to make and the effort is commendable, but I do also love how blatantly scuffed so many of them look. Zubul looks practically lobotomized, Ragafa's giving
I guess more or less like the actual Zubul, but that's I don't think they care to make that distinction.
Duffy Digital Circus rather than Ragafa Digital Circus. Bubble is a lifeless homunculus and Pomni looks like fucking Dream.
Oh my gosh, I knew it reminded me of something. I knew it.
Inherently shitty quality to the costumes gives this entire video a distinct charm that I kinda earnestly love. This is still slop, but damn it, for your information, I prefer high
Yeah, make of it what you will, man.
effort, resourceful slop content made by man. Okay. So, what's actually going on here? Very simple, actually. So basically, frickin' over here have entered a school in the middle of the night
I'm sorry, what did you call him? Say that again.
here. Very simple, actually. So basically, frickin' over here have entered a
Frick, and you know what? I want to use it at some
school
point.
in the middle of the night for some stupid reason and come across the cast of the amazing Digital Circus in real life as they join them for a single lesson that consists of Kane having a public meltdown and then torturing Jax. Holy shit, they actually predicted episode 8.
I don't think they would care
I need
anyways.
to watch the rest of these videos
No, don't.
to see what other insights these fellas have.
No.
That's not how you take care of a baby. You have no idea what to do.
What the fuck is this garbage? That's basically all there is to the plot. It's what actually happens here that makes the video special.
Oh
If you
gosh,
somehow
what are we
haven't
doing,
noticed,
man?
Kane is pretty much the highlight of these videos, as he spends 90% of his time crashing the f*** out at basically anything and anyone for so much as looking at him funny. Whoever
Yeah, he's looking at me funny, so I guess it evens out.
is playing Kane is genuinely putting in 150%. He is carrying the entire production. His faux Kane-ish voice that's kind of like a cross between Patrick Star and the previously mentioned meth head.
What the heck is that shot of? Hold on. What
Faux
is that?
Kane-ish voice that's kind of like a cross between Patrick
What is this shot of Patrick? What? Where is his forehead? Where is? Oh my gosh, this is such an uncomfortable visual.
Star and the previously mentioned meth head on the N29 to Trafalgar Square is honestly the funniest shit in the world. He's just constantly yelling and screaming the entire time, which may have something to do with the can of Red Bull sitting at his desk. It's quite
That explains a lot. Seriously, guys, energy drinks, never, not a fan. Don't drink. Don't use it. If you need energy, just. Coffee is already questionable as is, but energy drinks, no, they're a big no-no for me, and I encourage you guys to do the same.
entertaining, and you can tell they're at least somewhat self-aware about how ridiculous this whole thing is.
What is going on? Oh, holy crap.
Get up! Oh my god, you're tall!
I guess that's kinda why I find this video weirdly endearing. It feels like everyone involved is fully aware of the utter clown show they are participating in, and are
You know, I don't think they care because I think all they're concerning themselves with is the viewership and by extension the money. So honestly, I just can't bring myself to respect
just
that.
hamming it up as much as they can. In many ways, it feels less
You know what, he said it himself, there's zero to no artistic integrity.
like exploitative slop content and more like a genuine parody.
You sure about
And
that?
then we get a bunch of suggestive shots of Pomni for no reason and
Yep. Even in this one, there's always something.
slap back down to reality. Yeah, these videos kinda take the expected route here. Nearly every thumbnail has the person playing Pomni put in a suggestive or flat-out compromised position, and that bleeds into the videos themselves too in some spectacular
Can I even show this without getting demonetized? Then again, if YouTube is dumb enough to show this in the kids section, then maybe this is no different.
cringe-inducing ways, with the subtlety and tact of Dead
YouTube slapped me for this joke, so no visuals for you.
or Alive Extreme Beach Volleyball. Also, as hilarious as I find this video, the high energy does make it very exhausting to get through, especially when Kane starts bending the law of space and time with the power of his overwhelming BPD.
What is that even? You know what? I'm just gonna let him talk.
Now, we're gonna go ahead and continue. You gotta know what
Like, that wasn't me. That cut is just in the video and it fucking kills me. The video
Yeah.
is just bipolar in general and spirals out of control very quickly.
Oh wow, they even got an abstraction, I guess?
I mentioned that the first 18 minutes are pretty funny and then it very quickly drops off, but that's not because stuff stops happening, it's just not as funny. Like,
Okay, Tunchi, let me put it this way, man. This kind of crap, these kinds of abominations, don't humor them with even the slightest of compliments. Otherwise, you're just encouraging it, even if you're not trying to.
I don't know how I'm supposed to react to the previously lobotomized Bubble suddenly growing legs and talking like a pissed off version of that one yellow twat from Finding Nemo.
Bubbles!
Is that? Wait, what is that? Is that Bubble? Why does Bubble have legs?
Alright, what's going on up here, huh?
Yo, is this a different Bubble?
That sounds nothing like Bubbles from Finding Nemo, but go on.
Well, because it doesn't sound like the other Bubble that we've seen on my channel.
About different bubbles.
There's like
Okay, never mind, it kind of does. In retrospect, okay, now that I actually hear it, it kind of does. A little bit.
a whole thing where Jax gets taken to detention, and there's this spooky mystery about the people who go to detention and how bad detention truly is. And then there's this brief horror sequence where frickin' stumble across Kane torturing Jax in detention and making him abstract.
What's going on?
Okay, that was good cinematography, though. One little camera shake and suddenly he's already abstracted. Okay. There's... You know what? I'm gonna shut up. Like I said, don't humor them with compliments.
What the hell just happened? Yo, how did that happen? Yo, guys, I think he just made Jax abstract.
Then leading into this stupid-ass stealth sequence where Kane has the object permanence of AI Minecraft. At the end of the day, the plot of this video doesn't have a point. The cast of the Digital Circus are in real life. At school. Why? Kane Desk Slam.mp4. I could talk more about all of the weird shit in this video, like the note passing scene and the occasional glimpses we get of some parasitic creature inside.
Yeah, you're being way too ambiguous for me to concern myself with it anyways. Not that I would care about this slop in the first place, Tunchi.
Of Kane's mouth, and the insane lore implication that none of these characters are actually the same ones from the Digital Circus series.
I don't want to do the school thing anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, Digital Circus Kane is way better. This guy's more strict.
Meaning that hypothetically, these two bastards have been spending their time hanging out with a bunch of crackheads dressed in weird costumes, and I now fear for their safety. All jokes aside, terrible video. 10 out of 10. It's garbage, and I love it. I confess I have not watched any of the other videos outside of...
For your sanity's sake, maybe it's best that you don't, man. Maybe it's best that nobody does, but over 3 million people already have, so... Maybe humanity, maybe the United... Wherever this viewership is coming from, whoever they are, they're probably already screwed.
This one to see if it really is as bad as it looks. It is as bad as it looks.
Do you have to, man? I mean, there is a reason thumbnails exist, man. Just to give you a first impression. That's all I'm saying.
From what I've seen on social media, there's still plenty of clippable moments to be found, so...
Tales of all the times to be a little inappropriate. This is not it, man. This is not it.
Who knows? Maybe all the other videos are as funny as this one. I will never know, because this is where I depart.
Holding a gigantic toothbrush. Well,
Even if I agreed that it was at least earnest in some ways, I'm not humoring it.
I gotta keep my teeth clean.
Just don't bend the knee, man, and you'll really get far in life.
You know that?
I don't talk about slop content very much, but I at least got to talk about some authentic man-made slop that I at least found somewhat amusing.
Gosh, calling it slop, it just feels too generous, man.
Thank you all for listening to my regularly scheduled ramblings about inane bullshit. I will be back next week with my brand new, unfiltered, dogshit opinions on things you love or hate. Thank you for watching. Yes, that Kiwami free video is still being made. I have like 450 gigabytes of footage to sift through, just be patient.
Okay, good to know, I guess. Well, guys, I'm not sure what I expected out of this video, but I did not expect for me to question my life choices through internet slop of all things. But that's, you know what? If anything, I'll give Tunchi credit for surprising me in a way that I'm ultimately disgusted, but hey, I'm surprised nonetheless. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I literally just choked on my own breathing there. If that makes any sense. I don't know. Ugh. But alright, guys. Tails, I don't care if he's the most jacked, if he's the most respectably jacked individual there is. Sometimes it's best to just keep your mouth shut. If not out of respect, then for the sake of reading the room. Although I guess that's basically the same thing. But alright, guys. There is something else I want to do. Since we are done with Mario Mon, if you don't count the post-game. But honestly, guys, in terms of the post-game, I do need to grind a little in order to be able to pull it off. So we're gonna put it on hold for now because I didn't get the chance to grind in between streams. So I think I want to move on to our next game, guys. As to what that game is, well, I had something in mind. I want to believe it's been several years since I last played it, and I didn't play it on stream on top of that. But the fact of the matter is, guys, for all I know, the file is still saved somewhere on my desktop, or really on my computer, on this computer. If I can find it, then maybe that's what we're gonna do, guys. And I want to keep it as a bit of a surprise. I kind of gave it away earlier because I showed a window on a BRB screen. But if I can find the file, I think that's what we're gonna do, guys. So give me a moment. I see a bunch of videos. I don't know why this idea occurred to me, guys, but you know what? I'm totally down for it, because, well, not to give away too much information, but a couple weeks ago, I stopped by my parents' house, and I picked up my GameCube controller and my adapter for my PC. I will leave it at that. But like I said, I need to find the file first. And we have talked about this game at some points on stream before, but I've never given the hint that I'm actually going to play them on stream. Now, if only... Where did I leave it? I'm guessing it's on my downloads. Like I said, guys, I've had this file for several years now. Or maybe I deleted it. Maybe when I cleared out some space on the PC, I deleted it. Oh, that's the one thing I hate about Windows. You gotta type in the file name word for word for the search engine to do its job. I don't even remember what it's called. It's not an MP4 file. Swamp, it is a GameCube game, but it's not Pokemon. It's not Pokemon. Let me put it this way. If you watch me for my Loud House content, I think you'll appreciate this as well. You know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna download the ROM. Screw it. Ugh. I'm just gonna re-download the ROM. If I can't find the old one, then so be it. Can I get the American version, please? Really? Not even a whole gig? Huh. That's surprising. Wait, I think I know why I can't find it. Hold on, hold on. Yep, okay. I think I know. Okay, I found it. I found it. At least I think I did. Hold on. Okay, fine. Be that way. Be that way. Be that way, Windows. Be that way, for all I care. Okay, I see a bunch of other GameCube ROMs, but not the one I'm looking for. Why is it a WinRAR? Why is it a WinRAR file though, instead of just a flat-out ROM? Dragon Ball. Okay, I'm honestly, guys, I'm a little surprised nobody has guessed the game in question, because I gave a really big hint a few minutes ago. Or at least I think I did. I don't know. I don't know what goes on in your heads, guys, to say the least. Maybe I renamed it somewhere. Maybe I renamed it at some point. Ugh. You know, is there any way to filter out the file types? No, that doesn't help. Ugh. Not necessarily Dragon Ball. It's not I mean, there's no such thing as a GameCube Loud House game. I was just hoping people would figure out just based on correlation. Why is it taking so long to download? Okay, because I paused it. Duh. You know what? If this works, I can't promise that it'll work, guys, but I really hope it does. Dragon Ball, let's just say, let me put it this way. I haven't made a video for it in particular. Though I have made some references to the media in question every now and again. Very meme-worthy material, if that makes any sense. Also still a ROM. You know, can I get access to my recent files? Okay, this is not helping. Gosh. Wait. Oh, there we go. There we go. Hold on. Let me mute it. Let me mute it. Assuming it doesn't crash on me. Like, I don't know, guys. It's been so long since I've used Dolphin Emulator. Oh gosh, I get the feeling my PC is about to crash on me. Oh boy. Yeah, Dolphin is not responding. You know what? Let me at least put up the window. Put the window on stream so I don't leave you guys in the dark. Make it a little smaller. You know what? That'll do. That'll do. Hold on. Okay, I'm a little worried if I'm going to be able to fit this on the screen, but hold on. Oh my gosh, Dolphin is freezing on me. It won't let me close the window. Oh my goodness, what is going on, man? I honestly thought this would be a lot easier. Okay, there we go. It's closed. You know what, guys? You know what? Let's take a bit of a break while I set it up. I'll be right back. Oh my goodness, not here, dude. We got it, we got it, we got it. Wait, is my mic even on? Hold on, guys. Nope, not that window. Not that one. Guys, do I really need to explain what it is? Do I really got to spell it out for you guys, or can you guys figure it out from here? Can you guys figure it out from here? Please tell me you can. Give me a moment. Let me just adjust the window a little bit. Okay, spread it out a little more here. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. And for some reason, chat is frozen now. Okay, for some reason, chat is duplicating itself. Did I have two windows set up? No. So what gives? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey, hold on. Let me put the zip above. Let me put zip above it. Okay, that's too big. Hold on. Stretch it a little more from, I want to say the right? Yep, there you go. There you go, guys. There you go. Somebody had to figure it out eventually, right? Oh, gosh. All right, guys, let me just set up the GameCube emulator and we'll work from there. Give me a moment. I'm sorry, the controllers.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you.
Aye, aye, Captain!
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
SpongeBob SquarePants!
Absorbent and yellow and porous is he.
SpongeBob SquarePants!
If not idle nonsense, be something you wish.
SpongeBob SquarePants!
And drop on the tip and flop like a fish.
SpongeBob
Ready?
SquarePants!
SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob SquarePants. SpongeBob SquarePants.
Wait, is it copyrighted? Is it? Oh gosh. Oh boy. Okay, I might have screwed myself there because I didn't know there was gonna be an opening cutscene. It was just gonna be the menu, but screw it. Give me a moment. Give me a moment, guys. I'm still setting it up. Okay. It's been a hot minute since I've set this thing up. Like, seriously, guys, I want to say years since I last opened Dolphin Emulator, to say the least. But to say the least, I want to believe everything worked out. Let me just... Pretty sure the settings have not withered away, but yeah, it's not detecting the controller. I completely forgot how to do this, guys. I am so sorry. I am so sorry for all the technical difficulties. I honestly thought it'd be less complicated, but what can you do? Let's see. How do I do this again? No, let's see if it works now. No, it's not detecting the controller. Okay, what about now? There you go. Okay.
Are you ready, kids? I can hear you.
Okay, I pressed a button, but somehow it stopped working. Oh my goodness. Maybe try to archive the stream so it doesn't fully vanish once it's taken down. Yeah, I'll probably leave it unlisted or make it private, or... Yeah, I'll download it and then I'll delete it off of YouTube. We'll see how things go, Swamp. Gotta remind myself to do this once it's done, though. Okay, as long as the controller's not working, I cannot leave it unpaused. Oh, goodness, man. Okay, guys, as far as these games are concerned, the only one I concern myself with is Battle for Bikini Bottom, just because it was relatively accessible. You know what, come to think of it, maybe I should have just bought the remake. It's still available on the Switch shop. But at the same time, this is a little less complicated, but still. Maybe not entirely, maybe even more complicated. What am I saying? Because I'm having all these issues. But you know what? Okay, now that I know that it works, let me close the emulator and open it again. See if it actually detects the controller. Which it should. I've done it plenty of times before. Heck, if y'all go back to my Twitch channel, if y'all go to my Twitch channel and see a couple clips, there's a couple clips of me playing Luigi's Mansion. But let's see. Now that we know it works. Took its sweet time loading up, though, and it just crashed on me. You know, I have an idea. Hold on. You're the ISO file, right? Okay, there you are. Close OBS real quick. Okay, I want to believe it'll detect the controller this time, but if it doesn't, then maybe I'll just save it for next time until I can get this all figured out. But the thing is, it's only 4 o'clock. I don't want to end stream so soon. Like, we still got at least an hour left of streaming, guys. You know, very fitting that we're listening to music from very fitting that we're listening to music from an aquatic area. Take your time, Dolphin. Take your time. Honestly, the response time is the least of my concerns right now. You know, let me close a few Chrome tabs just to save on RAM. Am I ever planning on reviving my Twitch channel? Very unlikely, Swamp. Wait, I clicked start and it immediately cut to the loading screen. Is it working now? Okay, I know I can't skip this cutscene if I remember correctly. Bro, that really takes you back though. That really takes you back. It's kind of crazy. Okay, it's kind of loud though. Hold on. Golly, that is loud.
Are you ready, kids? I can hear you.
Okay, that's gonna get copyrighted like crazy, but screw it.
Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
You know what? Just mute it. Just mute it. Oh my goodness, man. Nope, it's not working. Like, bro, come on. I've done this multiple times. Maybe I just... Oh, gosh. I'm not sure what to make of it. You know, maybe I should just look up a tutorial online or just put this idea on hold for now. I don't know what to do here, guys. I'm a little stumped. Like, we already know the game is working, and for some reason it's frozen now. Wait, all I did was mute the audio. What happened? Wait, I didn't pause it. Why is it frozen? Yeah, I think, Stir, at this rate, if this is my plan, then maybe I'll just buy the Switch version. The remaster on the Switch. You know what? I think that's exactly what I'll do. Got plenty of money in the bank. I don't mind coughing up 30 bucks. You know what? Yeah, let's do this the honest way. Let's do this the honest way. Why not, guys? I got the capture card. I got everything, although it feels a little wasteful. I'm a little disheartened that I went through the trouble of getting my GameCube adapter from my parents' house, but what are you gonna do? Yeah, Dolphin. Maybe I just need to update Dolphin. Maybe I just need to update my PC, because like I've said, guys, I've had this game since like freaking 2017, so maybe that's why. But alright, guys. I hate to run another break so soon, but it's technical issues. Hopefully you guys can understand. I will be right back. Chat, don't rag on me for this, but I think I found the issue. I think I found the issue. Give me a moment. I'm gonna give this one more chance. If not, then yeah, I'll cough up the 30 bucks and whatnot. Don't rag on me for this, but I think the controller was just unplugged. I'm not even kidding. But let's see. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna give it one more shot just because of some glaringly obvious issue that I should have caught on to. Yeah, probably, Swamp. Like, honestly, I didn't... Not a lot of success came out of it, to be honest, and I can live with that. It is intentionally muted, guys. Don't panic. I want to believe you guys can see it. You can. Wait, I pressed A before the THQ cutscene finished. Take your time. I'm a patient man. Yep, it's working now, guys. Yep, that was it. The controller was just unplugged. It's not that Windows wasn't detecting it. Thank goodness. Good. I don't have to spend 30 bucks. As tacky as that might sound. Hold on. Okay, let me get through this quickly though. Let me get through this quickly though. Just cause yeah, I do not want to get copyrighted for the life of me. Oh goodness. And yes, I did play this game before, guys, but I never came close to finishing it. I'll say that much. So I don't think it hurts to start from scratch anyways.
Welcome to Bikini Bottom, a normally peaceful undersea sanctuary. Today it will be transformed into a theater of pure horror, wherein our little yellow friend will
Can you guys hear the game well enough?
Today is the big day. I have devised an ingenious plan to finally steal the Krabby Patty formula.
Really?
If Bikini Bottom happens to get demolished.
I'm not pressing any buttons, guys, because I want to hear all the cutscenes.
With my brand new Duplicatotron 3000, I'll clone an army of robots that will wreak mayhem and destruction at my command.
Okay. You know what? I'm glad they actually brought in the original voice actors. I know it wasn't cheap. Because even when this game came out, these actors were still very iconic.
Checklist complete. Throw in the switch. Welcome, my perfectly obedient robot army. Hang on. I want to get
Audio's a little loud. Okay. I'm gonna lower it a little bit.
What do you think you're doing?
Why is that even an option? Okay.
No, wait, but I'm your master.
Yeah, I hope you're proud of yourself, Plankton. My good China! It's not really, again, it's not really the line, it's the delivery.
Another perfect day playing robots and racehorses.
Yeah.
Wait.
Only I keep getting the racehorses and the robots mixed up.
Wouldn't it be great if we had real robots to play with, Patrick? I'd name mine Robo Jr. or Zorlon. Or
Never took this for a hobby out of SpongeBob and Patrick, but hey, this is the kind of franchise where you don't really gotta question it too much, as long as it's funny.
Oh, how shellfish of you!
It's not just any shell.
It's the magic conch,
Magic wishing shell.
or
Wow, that's
okay, just a completely different shell altogether.
We put the toy robots in here.
Um,
Then we say the magic wishing words and shake the magic wishing shell.
can I have something to eat? No.
Go to sleep, and in the morning we'll have real robots to play with.
Patrick, aren't we going to say the magic wishing words?
Yeah, so honestly, all that's missing is a self-destruct button.
Okay.
I sometimes wonder if Plankton was the blueprint for Doofenshmirtz.
But I kept forgetting it.
What did he just say?
You sure this'll work?
Sure. Last week I only had one big cookie crumb and I was really hungry. So I put my cookie crumb in the magic wishing shell. Then I said the magic.
Oh my gosh, Erica, really?
And in the morning
So it was before 2004.
cookie crumbs.
Patrick, I proclaim that tomorrow is going to be the best day ever.
Good night, SpongeBob.
Good night, Patrick.
The next morning.
You know what? These cutscenes are a little scuffed, but at the same time, it's a GameCube game. I give it a pass.
Robots gonna play with wow. Gary, did you do that?
Your bikini bottom stinks. Is that a double entendre? You know what? Not important.
Yeah, Gary. It sure looks like we're in a doozy of a pickle. I think I'm gonna have to learn a lot in order to fix this mess. Wow! What a fantastic idea! The will provide important tips to help me out.
Okay, seriously, guys, it's been years since I last touched this game, so please pardon me if I'm putting up with the tutorials.
How do I read the signs?
What do you mean? How do you read? What? On top of not having a driver's license, he's illiterate too?
Oh, okay. Press this button to read the signs.
Okay, never mind.
So if I want to come back and talk to you again, just walk up to you and press this button.
Wow, it was really early into SpongeBob's runtime then.
This is going to be a very long
Tracy, it's called Battle for Bikini Bottom. The really old game that was on like the PS2 and the GameCube. Explore the rest of the house. Okay. Press the button to talk.
News! Bikini Bottom residents have been attacked by a raging torrent of robot horror.
Gosh, I love this announcer, man.
So much for fixing this quietly.
Authorities are not sure who is responsible for unleashing the mechanical menaces, but they have assured us that the person is in big, big trouble.
Oh, the horror.
Oh.
Did I say big trouble? I meant so enormous that it's hard to comprehend trouble. We'll keep you posted as this tragic story unfolds. Tragically, we're sure.
Wait, what's this? You will need a golden spatula. Oh, okay, I thought that was a spatula itself, but no, it's a door. It's a locked door.
Give me some credit, Gary. I remember. Give me.
Okay. These are shiny objects. Shiny objects are very valuable and may be traded to help SpongeBob along in his quest. They're just called shiny objects. SpongeBob will need many of them in order to complete his quest to defeat the robot menace. There are different colors of objects: red, yellow, green, blue, and purple. Red is the most common and the least valuable. Purple is the most rare. More valuable shinies are usually harder to find or in more dangerous places. Okay.
It's shiny.
Okay, I already have I get the double jump from the get-go. That's great.
Ahoy there, SpongeBob!
Wait, hold on.
Ahoy there, SpongeBob! As a faithful crew member of the Krusty Krab, you
Okay, that is a terrible,
promoted to head.
that is a terrible Clancy Brown impression, but you know what? They worked with what they had. Is that the name of Mr. Krabs' voice actor? I feel like I got it wrong. I know it's Clancy, but I forgot the last name.
That's right, a promotion. So what this here new job entails is you collecting all these shiny objects that the robots are leaving behind and bringing them to me. Now stop seahorsing around and get busy collecting.
Oh, it's from 2003. So season 3, you know what? As long as it's pre-season 4, you know what? I think we're good. I think we're good. The best SpongeBob game, don't at me, though. Super Sponge for the PSX had good music. I mean, I don't really think too much about it, but yeah, this is the one I remember the most. Just because, hey, back when I first got this PC, I was thinking, hey, you know what? Let's try a GameCube emulator. And this showed up on the catalog, and I was like, really? And then I played it for a little bit, and you know what? I was like, you know what? This reminds me of Jak and Daxter, because I grew up with the first Jak and Daxter. And you know what? I had a lot of fun with it. Just a shame I never got to finish it, but hopefully we'll change that soon. The C-stick controls the camera. Move the C-stick, blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay. Good to know. Wow. This is a really smooth camera. Oh my gosh, I just realized it's that thing from... it's the ringer that SpongeBob got stuck on. Okay, that's all of them here. Wait, what did he say? I'd make myself a snack, but there's no what? I want to laugh at it, but I didn't get to hear all of it because the music is just that loud. Come to think of it. Yeah, lower the music volume a little bit. Thank goodness there's an option here. Can you say it again, please? Mr. Krabs, more like Mr. Hey, yo, man, dude. Okay. This is a golden spatula. They're needed to unlock new areas of Bikini Bottom. SpongeBob will need to go... Yep. Basically, if you're playing Jak and Daxter, it's the power cells. It is indeed Clancy Brown? Okay, I did get it right. I guess my memory's not too far off. Wait, so what's over here then?
Make a little bounce on the old bed.
Wow, way to save on the budget. Just a quick flash into the next room. SpongeBob may jump by pressing the A button. Pressing the A button while SpongeBob is mid-jump will cause him to double jump for extra height. I mean, it's not like I didn't already know that. This is a pair of SpongeBob's underwear. SpongeBob will lose a pair of underwear every time he gets hit by a robot or touches dangerous objects or surfaces. Guys, is the implication that SpongeBob poops himself every time he takes damage? Is that? Never mind. You know what? The less I think about it, the better. Bro, what is this comedic timing? Once SpongeBob has lost all his underwear, he must start that area over again. He may get back underwear he has lost by collecting additional pairs along the way. He starts with 3, but there are special pairs of gold hidden in Bikini Bottom, which will allow blah blah blah. Okay, you can check my health by pressing the Z button.
Like a new sponge.
Really? Is that what I'm gonna hear every time I get one of these? Alright, let's do it. Really? I heard it got sequels, but I never got the chance to check them out. Wait, no, other way. Aw, he has a portrait of Sandy. That's cute.
Where I keep all my old comic books.
Press the B button and SpongeBob will... Oh, I already get it? I didn't even have to learn it? Push buttons on the walls to defeat most robots. SpongeBob may also bubble spin and mid-jump to hit things that are higher up. Okay.
Sometimes pushing a simple button is the most satisfying. Push, 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 push.
You can just tell the classic Hillenburg writers were involved with this. Wait, oh gosh, I didn't read that. I didn't get to read that. Hold on, what did it say? Press the R button to read. Press the B button and SpongeBob will do... Wait, isn't that what I just read? What about you? X button in midair and SpongeBob will do a bubble bounce attack. Smash Tikis or robots that are directly below him, or push buttons on the ground. Okay. Wait. Let me see that again. Did he make bubble feet? What did I just look at? It all goes by so quickly, man. It's hard to keep up.
It shines.
Okay, though, that is very satisfying. I'm not gonna lie. Press the Y button when on the ground, and SpongeBob will do a bubble bash attack. You can smash Tikis, or robots, or push buttons that are directly above SpongeBob. When you see this icon, SpongeBob can stand on it and bubble bash to break Tikis above him. So I can't just use it... Oh, okay, I can use it anyways, but... You know what, let me pick that up, and we'll work from there. Okay, you gotta get closer for the symbol to show up. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Is that everything? To see how well SpongeBob is doing in every level of the game, press start when you're paused. When paused, pressing up and down will show you how well SpongeBob is doing in each level. Pressing right and left will give SpongeBob a hit on each golden spatula that he knows about. By pressing the A button when the hint for a golden spatula is selective, you can take a cab directly to the area of the spatula from anywhere in the game. Okay. Wait, hold on. How do I do this again? Do I press B or... Okay, maybe I need to double jump up here? Hold on. Okay, no, I'm just bad. Skill issue, I guess. No, wait, no, I see it. I'm guessing the ball is just an additional platform, but... How do I make it stop? Okay, there's a bit of leeway. There's a bit of leeway. I can work with that. Steady. Not at the door. No, wait, no, not over there either. There you go.
A simple button is the most satisfying. Push, 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 push.
Wait, do I take the trampoline or... Okay, yeah, that is how I do it.
You! Patrick needs to do laundry.
Wait, those are Patrick's socks? Okay, whatever. I got it. At least that's what I think I'm supposed to get. Don't forget he has a garage? Wait, where? Not through the library, I'm guessing. Aw, that's cute. A frame of him with Burmy Man and Barnacle Boy. I'm pretty sure both of their actors... I think both of their actors already passed away. I forgot their names, but may they rest in peace. So where is this garage? Okay, I'm pretty sure this house's layout is not accurate to the series, but you know what? Why be nitpicky? Okay, Tails, if the garage is at... I don't see the garage. Okay, we're at the bedroom. That was the living room. Wait, what did that say? Okay, that's just to check your health. What did that say about lost socks, though? Hold on. SpongeBob... Ugh, let me read that again. Ugh. This is what I get for skimming. SpongeBob may see how well he is doing by pressing the Z button. The number in the upper right is how many shiny objects. Yep. Upper center, how many golden spatulas. Lower right, Patrick's lost socks is found. And finally, the number... Okay, yeah, I already knew that. I guess I can leave now. I think that's everything. Interesting. So can I access the garage right now? Otherwise, why would you mention it, Tails? Now you're just throwing me off a little.
Nothing like the sounds of your own neighborhood.
Go away, SpongeBob. You're polluting my thinking space.
Trying to steal the Krabby Patty formula again, eh, Plankton? Well, you won't get away with it.
I've got bigger fish to fry. I've got to figure out how to regain control of the chum bucket from those robots.
I just realized it's kind of dark. You know what? Why does the saying "bigger fish to fry" even exist among these people?
Where did they come from?
I guess that's the irony of it.
Where? I don't know. Not for me, though, that's for sure. They just showed up out of nowhere and started calling me rude names and throwing things. They even bent all my spoons. I love those spoons like they were my children.
What? Why?
That's terrible.
That came out of nowhere, but it's silly in all the right ways.
Stop them before they bend all my spoons.
What?
Not the forks! Of course I'll help. But wait, I'm supposed to collect a whole lot of golden spatulas.
Golden spatulas, eh? SpongeBob, if you could get
I miss
me
when
back
games
to
had this
the
energy.
garage,
Yeah, I
I'll
kind of
give
do
you
too,
a
Aura.
pocket full of golden spatulas in your dreams.
You've got a deal.
Okay. Let me just get the shinies for now. Wait, you get more shinies by KOing the Tikis? You know what? No, not yet. Okay, I hear people screaming, but I don't see anything. Oh, and the jellyfish hurt me. Good to know. I'm guessing I'm not supposed to go through the borders. Oh, no signs of his garage, guys. No signs of the garage.
Sometimes pushing a simple button is the most satisfying. Push,
Please tell me
push,
I'm not
push.
on a timer on that. Oh, jeez. Is that more platforms? Do I have to jump on Patrick's house? Okay, I think I can make it. Squidward's brows.
Now I can wear 4 pairs of underwear.
That was a very clutch landing, but... Okay, we got it. Wow. That is a very generous time window. We still had 10 seconds left out of 40. But you know what? Just count your blessings. Count your blessings.
SpongeBob, this flapping robot crisis is making the Krusty Krab lose money like a sinking ship. No money means no more Krusty Krab. No more Krusty Krab means no more fry cooking for you.
I'm sorry. This voice acting is just very distracting. Is he the only character who didn't get his original voice actor?
No more fry cooking?
But because you're gullible, I'm gonna help you out. And of course make a small profit in return. I've got a few golden spatulas that I'll be willing to trade to you for some of those shiny objects.
Yeah, even when I was hitting the switch, the timer was still going, which is... that's very questionable game design, but it could have been worse.
You will?
Of course. What are employers for? Besides, them shiny objects is worth lots of money. Your treasure chest's looking a bit light, boy. Do you think I've got bilge water on the brain? I ain't running a charity here. Come back when you've got enough shiny objects to trade.
Okay. Good to know, man. Good to know, dude. Wait, can I go in Squidward's house? Apparently, okay, apparently I can. I didn't even know it was called a tiki.
First, those stupid robots ruined a perfectly relaxing mud bath this morning, and now you show up. Can my day get any more
Okay,
dreary?
that is definitely Roger Bumpus, though.
I am so sorry, Squidward. Patrick and I were just playing a game and...
Oh, I correct myself. I should have known that whole robot problem involved both of you.
Squidward, I don't know what to do. How can I fix everything?
Why don't you move to another town? That should help out more than enough.
Jeez.
Move to another
As
town.
bitter as ever,
That
Squidward.
cracked me up.
No one likes to be a Squidward. You know all those memes that say...
Make me smile.
Okay, I'm not gonna talk over him just cause I get annoying, but remember all those you know all those memes that say, as I got older, I related more and more to Squidward? Like, honestly, I hold the opposite mentality. Like, yeah, sometimes I get it, we puts up with a lot of crap, but on the other hand, you gotta lighten up a little, man. That's all I'm saying. Jump around like an idiot, that should at least make you smile. Yeah, that's my intention, man. Wait, can I actually... Am I meant to reach this? You know what? Maybe... Hold on. Yep, okay. It's a good thing I left that tiki intact.
Okay, just stop jumping, will you? If you take this golden spatula,
Okay, that is the fun... Okay, I know we're only like 2 missions in, guys, but that was the funniest one yet.
I knew that you could help me out.
Annoying him so much, he gives you a golden spatula.
don't touch me.
Okay, that was simple enough. I need more shinies though, so let me break this. Thank you. I want to say that's everything, but you never know. Never hurts to look around a little bit. Everyone just has a golden spatula? Yeah, where did they even come from? Like, Squidward's not a fry cook. Like, with SpongeBob, I get it, because he is a fry cook. He uses them for his living, but... Hey,
SpongeBob,
Bubble
I
Buddy!
just dropped by to give you a bubble hand.
Bubble Buddy.
You see, you're going to need to learn some new bubble-blowing moves if you're going to journey to the 9th dimension and defeat the giant monkey man.
I'm sorry, what?
But all I need to do is figure out how to get rid of these robots.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I've been in the soap bottle a little too long. Where were we?
Something about new bubble moves.
Right! Press this button, and you'll launch yourself straight up in the air with bubble power that defeats anything that is directly above you.
I already knew
Try
that,
it out.
though. But thanks for letting me know, man. Wait, hold on. Okay, I can still reach the shinies, right? Okay, I still can. Great, how am I supposed to reach that one? Maybe I wasn't meant to break it? I don't know, man. And apparently, I still don't have enough to reach an area. I still don't have an, Okay, I guess I'm supposed to look around for more golden spatulas. No, I just want the shiny. Thank you.
Hey, Patrick. Nice sock.
What sock?
The one you're standing on.
Oh, that one. It's lost.
Well, if that one's lost, where are your other socks?
I mean, we already found
Well,
one.
they were lost. A bunch of robots came through here and stole my whole sock collection. I could use some help getting them back.
Sure thing, Patrick. What are best friends for?
Okay then. For every 10 socks you bring back to me, I'll give you
A golden, I'm sorry, a golden
shiny
what?
duster.
You mean spatula?
Bless you.
Okay, that was funny. That was funny. Hold on. Okay, every 10 socks I get more golden spatulas. Okay, where am I supposed to go first though, once I get everything? Oops, sorry. From TCG to Legends to Galaxy, Mariamon. Yeah, that's the catalog for now. Okay, we've already dealt with that.
Too pretty. Can't take it.
Okay, I don't see any area that lets me go in with 3. Wait, how many do I have? Yeah, just 3. Oh, I guess this one is free. Yeah, okay, let's do it. Yeah, Jellyfish Fields is free, by the looks of it.
The rolling green hills of Jellyfish Fields.
Where have I heard this music before?
Experience nature at its most raw, and sometimes a bit tender from the stings.
Okay. Squidward? Bro, the way he screams. Why are you even here, bro? I thought you were at your house, minding your own business. Bro, I'm telling you, if there's one thing I can't rag on the show ever for, it's the voice work. At least of the original cast.
Squidward, are you okay?
No, I'm not okay, you barnacle head. Do I look like I'm okay?
Well, your nose does look pretty big. I mean, bigger than usual because it's usually pretty big. And you look clammy. And oh my gosh, you're.
But now I'm stung all over.
Well, according to the Jellyfisher Field Manual, severe jellyfish stings can be treated effectively
Wait a minute,
by
isn't
applying a thin
SpongeBob Ball
layer
2?
of King Jellyfish jelly to the affected areas. Jellyfish?
Well, I guess you're off to scale Spork Mountain and die a horrible death under the vicious tentacles of King Jellyfish. I'll stay here.
You do that! Don't worry, Squidward. I'll take that jellyfish jelly for you to rub on.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's where that song comes from, Erica. Alright, let's see. More shinies, please. I need all the shinies I can get by the looks of it. Wait, can I actually kill this thing? Ow. Okay. I just realized, why am I butt slamming them when I can just use the bubble attack? This is Goo. SpongeBob and Patrick. Oh, I can play as Patrick. I forgot. I know there's other characters, but I completely forgot until now. And apparently there's combos too. Wow. This game, okay, this game is from like what, 2003? That is a lot of depth for a platformer based on a Nickelodeon show. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Okay, good to know. Okay. Ow. Okay, I gotta time that a little better. Hold on. There's a shiny up there. Hold on, hold on. I want to believe I can reach it. Hold on. Maybe not. Wait, can I stand on these? I can, but if I fall into the water, I'm dead. Apparently. Bro, you're changing underwear. I mean, you're not wrong, but it's still a little awkward to talk about it, man. Okay. I guess I just have to respect the jellyfish. Wait, what did that say? Bro, why is there toilet paper all over the place? Okay, what's over here? Okay, more. More tikis. Ooh, ooh, tiki tiki. Holy crap, that is loud. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, the sound design, it definitely has a couple issues here and there. gosh, that is so freaking loud. Are you kidding me? Do I just jump off and hope for the best? You know what? I'm not gonna risk it. I'm not risking that. Do I have enough? Yeah, I do. Wait, the plane just... Alright, you know what? It's freaking SpongeBob. I don't have to question so much. Okay. Good, thank you. Oh my gosh, that is so loud and there's no way to adjust it. Ugh. It's catching on, guys. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm gonna be hearing it for the next hour or so, so I better get used to it. You know what? Screw it. Oh, yeah, that killed me. That killed me. Okay, good to know. I love the fact that freaking Hans is the one that picks you up when you're dead, though. That's kind of hilarious. I'm just loving all these Easter eggs, man. A freezy fruit. Only Patrick can use it. For what, though? Beat hovering tikis by pressing the Y button. Shouldn't I time it, though? Okay, it's just for healing. It doesn't matter too much. Oh my gosh, dude. Stop trying to break my ankles. Thank you. Ow. Okay, I need to time that better. There you go. I'm guessing we're gonna unlock Patrick in this area eventually. Just not now. You can get extra height during jumps by pressing the A button again. Okay. How does that help me in this circumstance?
Just my size.
Wait, can I actually slam from here? Okay, but it doesn't kill him. Okay, that's the freezy fruit from earlier. I'm not gonna get over that sound, am I? You ever think of, if you think about it, that whistle, it's the original "Ayo." Like, it's what something says when someone says or does something inappropriate. Although I guess it encourages it a little more, but you know what I mean. Okay. I'm guessing that's where I'm meant to go. And I gotta time my jumps a little better. Okay, another sock.
Boy, Patrick will be glad to have this back.
A trampoline. Wait, is it a dead end after this? Oh no, it just takes me back. Okay. The wolf whistle never gets old, so a wolf. Okay, credit where credit is due. I did not enjoy most of Turning Red, but the Awuga scene, or at least the first one, it legitimately made me laugh. Just because of the way it's presented. Ow.
I feel like a new sponge.
Oh, hey, Gary.
Scary but shaken. Ow!
What? Fish hook?
Wow! A bungee jump for a golden spatula! I must be in heaven!
Okay. Heaven is real in the SpongeBob canon. Let that be known, guys. Then again, this game is from 2003. It probably has been known. What happens here, though? Please don't put me on a timer. You know what? First, let me do that bungee jump first. And also get more shinies. Just jump up and touch it. Dive downward, press the A button. To exit the hook, just press B. Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at this game. At least I got the shinies, but... Okay, I was about to say. Like, the last checkpoint was way farther back, but we just got another one. Wait, is bro dangling from his... I thought he was just gonna hang on from the hook by his hand. Why is dude hanging from his underwear with his butt out in the open? What? Why? Just why? Just... I know I said I shouldn't question it too much, but I gotta draw the line somewhere. All right, we got it. Still though, that was kind of crazy, man. This game is low-key a little out of pocket, I'm not gonna lie. But it's still, I'm still having a lot of fun, guys. If nothing else. What's up? It's a good thing the shinies fly all the way back to me when I KO the robot. It's really convenient. Oh my gosh. Bro. Is he just whacking him with a chunk of ham? What is that? Bro, poor guy. Yeah, I know that. Thank you. Just one whack? That's all it took? You alright, dude? You're kind of ugly, but you alright? I did not need to point that out. Gosh, I am so mean sometimes. Butt smash. I don't know why I felt like quoting Wario from Mario Striker's charts there. Okay, more robots, but I'm not sure where to go. Okay, it's just a different kind of robot. There's nothing fancy about them. It's not like it takes 2 hits to KO them or anything. Whoa, 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 what the frick? What the? What is with my... What just happened with my... What is with my controller? Okay, pause, pause. What the heck just happened with my controller? Okay, you know what? Let me reset it and work from there. Hopefully that'll do the trick, but I think that bug just got me killed. Yep, that just got me killed.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
And now for some reason the controller's not being detected. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. Really? This is what we're doing, Windows? Oh gosh, you know what? Maybe I should just buy the Switch version. You know, we're not that far into the game tour where I feel like I'm gonna lose any real progress, so... I don't know, guys, but, like, I swear, I'm guessing it's just some sort of technical glitch. I don't know, man, but that was very frustrating, and now the controller's not working again. Even though everything is plugged in properly. You know what? I think that's what we're gonna do, guys. I'm more or less already committed to the game, so... This time next week... I think this time next week we're gonna continue the game, and we're gonna play an official copy of the game. Let me put it that way, just cause, yeah, I'm having way too many issues with emulators, and like I said, I don't mind coughing up the 30 bucks, if nothing else. Cause at the very least, I know the Switch 2 won't let me down in terms of technical issues. So with that being said, I don't know, guys. I think we're gonna put the games on hold for the rest of the stream, because we've only been live for about 2.5 hours, so... Is there anything else I want to react to, though? You know, let me see. Let me see if y'all got anything on Discord that might get my attention. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I low-key just want to react to a meme compilation to wrap things up. Just to get some laughs in. You know, I think I've had enough Galaxy talk for a while. Let's see what else there is. Discord reactions? Yeah, probably. Just cause I kind of want to leave this music on, guys. Just cause it's peak comedy. It's single-handedly peak comedy. Like, the amount of times I've heard this in the background of certain videos, like, I don't know, man. I guess I have a certain fondness for it. This is painfully awkward, though. You know what, guys? I think, considering the fact that I have work tomorrow, and you know what? I got the upload. It's like, I uploaded, I streamed I streamed Saturday and Sunday as I usually do. I think my work quota is gonna be done for a while. And you know what? I want to leave it that way because I'm definitely a little worn out. As far as next week or maybe the week after that, though, guys, do expect the part 2 of that Lincoln and Ronnie Yan review, to say the least. Sometime next week or sometime the week after that. We'll have to wait and see because I don't know how long the video is gonna be overall. I'm only 10 minutes into editing out of like what? I want to say 20, maybe 25. I don't know, guys. For now, the future is a little uncertain, but next week though, yeah, I'm definitely gonna cop up the $30 and download the Switch version of this game because I am so freaking tired of having complications with Dolphin Emulator. I know we've only been at it for like half an hour, guys, but I honestly thought things would be easier, but it is what it is. So with that being said though, guys, I'm gonna call it here. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. As always, if your heart so desires, like the stream, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord, and I will hopefully see you guys next weekend with maybe a new upload, either next week or the week after that. So with that, oh my gosh, look at freaking SpongeBob dancing to the music. You know what? Go off, King. But with that being said, though, guys, once again, I'm Seba signing out. Take care. Bye. Good night, Tri-State area. Oh, I'm sorry. Good night, Bikini Bottom.